The Great Chicago Fire, 1871. The Night Chicago Burned. Part 2. The night the city could no longer escape by midnight. Chicago was no longer trying to stop the fire. Chicago was simply trying to survive. The flames had become unstoppable. Every powerful gust of wind carried burning embers across the city. A single spark landed on a rooftop, and within seconds, another entire block was burning. It was as if the fire had developed a life of its own. Chapter 6. A Wall of Fire. The flames grew taller. Some witnesses later claimed they reached over 100 feet into the sky. The heat became unbearable. People standing blocks away could feel their skin burning. Windows shattered from the intense temperature. Iron fences bent from the heat. Wooden buildings exploded into flames before the fire even touched them. The city had become a giant furnace. Chapter 7. Running for their lives. Families abandoned everything. There was no time to save furniture, no time to lock the doors, no time to say goodbye. Parents carried sleeping children through smoke-filled streets. Others pushed elderly relatives in wooden carts. Thousands of frightened people rushed toward Lake Michigan, believing the water might save them. Behind them, the fire kept getting closer. Chapter 8. Firefighters against the impossible. Chicago's firefighters refused to give up. They had already been battling fires for days before the disaster began. Now, they faced an enemy unlike anything they had ever seen. Horse-drawn fire engines raced through streets filled with smoke and falling embers. Firefighters pulled heavy hoses by hand, again and again. They aimed powerful streams of water at the roaring flames, but it wasn't enough. The fire jumped across streets, across rivers. Even brick buildings failed to stop it. Exhausted firefighters watched helplessly as the city disappeared into the flames. Chapter 9. The Heart of Chicago burns. Soon, the fire reached the center of the city. Hotels collapsed, banks burned, factories exploded. Churches that had stood for decades disappeared within minutes. The courthouse caught fire. Its famous clock tower collapsed into the streets below. People watched in horror as the skyline vanished beneath smoke and flames. Chicago's proud heart was falling apart. Chapter 10. A night no one would forget. The sky glowed bright orange for miles. People far outside Chicago could see the fire lighting the horizon. Ash drifted through the air like black snow. The roar of the flames sounded like a giant storm. Children